see what we have. Let me ask you about your regrets. So tell me, okay, what is regret, you think? Really?
I think regret is something that you want it to happen again to change something. Like
Yeah,
you have another opportunity maybe in the past and sometimes maybe in the future. So you want to come there and change something to have a good a good like having a good things
yeah,
after
of
all of
course.
it.
Yeah, of course. And do you have any regrets?
Yeah, a lot.
So
But
what?
usually I will forget about it and continue to live. Like the first thing I regret is I don't really focus on what I actually learned when I still in high school. Like I know that I will go abroad, so I forget about anything, everything, and just play and forget about learning. And after that,
Yeah,
it's not about I don't have really low
yeah,
result in the final exam, but I really don't like that result. Like
yeah,
it's not actually exactly with my abilities.
yeah, of course. And tell me about the last time that you felt really guilty for something. I don't know, really
Uh,
sad, guilty.
can be last like I I don't know like I have a when I was a kid I usually like I take about some small amount of money because I don't know how to use money at that time from my mother, and after that I feel very regret like why I like why I do that.
Yeah, of course. And you cry. Do you cry?
Yeah, cry. Actually, actually I don't cry because I just see that as an experience and I forget that.
Yeah.
Just for next time, don't do that anymore. I only cry when my mother shouted at me and punished me, and he
Oh,
got angry about me, so I cry.
yeah, of course. So tell me about the last time that your mom, I don't know, told you off for something.
Yeah, it has been a long time ago, like because I don't really remember clearly about that, but it had been a long time ago. At that time, I was too lazy. Like you know that lazy is my disadvantages. So I always lazy. So my mother get mad on me at me and shout at me and I was crying. I cried at that
Yeah,
time.
course. Actually here, so you were lazy, you used to be, so as you know, so you used to be lazy and inactive, like, so you can say, but this one sometimes, I don't know, slow, inactive. So let me share my screen too. Okay. Right. So, first of all, when someone told you off, tell you off, it means speak angrily because you did something wrong. So, especially moms. Normally, moms tell us off because we do something that is wrong. I don't know. For example, especially when you are inactive. So, they feel like that, okay, you are too inactive or lazy. So it's like, yeah, of course, your mom tells you off. Why you're doing this? Why you don't clean your room, but and it makes you cry, really. I think what moms do can't make us cry. What do you think? Because we know that it's not really serious. Yeah, it's just mom, just okay. So we know that's not serious. How about you? What do you think?
I cry because I rarely see the person that loved me shout at me because she loved me. Every mom loves his children.
Right.
So when he get mad, we don't get used it. We don't see it as a normal
Yeah.
activities.
Of course.
We confused about that, and
Of course.
we cry.
Yeah, of course. But crying actually is not. Just can I ask you 1 minute, please? Just 1 moment to check something. Just 1 moment. Just 1 moment. Thank you. Can I ask you 1 moment to check something?
Yeah,
Hello? Of course. Just 1 minute, please. Could you wait me 1 minute, please?
yeah,
Thank you. Well, okay, let's keep going. So let's talk about, oh, the first word. Of course, it's not something that you really like, but actually, this is the book. So maybe you don't like talking about this topic, but it's really important actually, because it
yeah,
happens, and so we talked about regrets, and maybe the one of the most important regrets can be abortion. So you know that when you stop your pregnancy due to some reasons, so and you decide not to carry your baby, of course it can be really painful.
yeah,
And but you have to. So as you know that especially girls, so we know that teenagers who get pregnant during their, I don't know, early teens, of course they're advised by doctors to have an abortion. And the verb of this is abort, to stop doing something because of, for example, because it's dangerous. So it can be anything, not only, so abortion is noun, but abort means, I don't know, just, the act of uh, something like stop doing or
yeah,
carrying something because it's not really good, or for example it's a bit dangerous. Well, first of
yeah.
all, tell me, what do you think about this? Do you find it something reasonable, or you say you accept it and you say okay, it's not really bad, or you think no, it's not really good, maybe it's immoral? So what do you think about abortion?
Uh, I think we need to consider about a lot of situations. Like if if a girl got pregnant during the early teen, like they say, like article, I think it's good to have abortion because we might see that as unhumanity activity, but actually when the child was when the child is born, like where's the money? Because the girl's still young. Maybe I can say the girl's still a kid, so she cannot actually can have a full-time job to have enough money to take care about a girl, a child. So
Yeah, of course.
so it's maybe very very like
Yeah,
cool
of
for the
course.
child. Yeah,
For a
and
child, of course. So,
yeah,
of course, they can't, when they can't take responsibility. So when you or can't be actually, because parenting is really important, not only giving birth. So parenting is really important.
yeah,
How good actually you are, how good you do it. So if not, why not? So sometimes it's actually, maybe this is not really moral, not really good. Of course, it's really, I don't know, difficult, but challenging, but the best maybe. Well, and this one, dementia. So, if I want to give you a good synonym, I say madness. So I say madness is a really good synonym for dementia. So medical condition that affects especially old people,
yeah,
actually causing the memory and all the mental abilities to gradually become worse. So it's like not madness, but it's a kind of like, I think. And, unfortunately, we see that, some people due to some reasons in some situations, so actually something like this happens and they suffer from dementia. So do you know anyone who suffers from dementia, and do you think we can do something to avoid actually, maybe getting or becoming involved in this situation?
I know a lot of people have a dementia, like especially with old people, boomer baby, like right, baby boomer, yeah, and they actually usually forget about everything, like um even how they breathe, how they talk, they forget about everything, and that would be very, I don't know how to say, but very hard to leave. But so to prevent that, I think we need to have a very good exercise when we was young and have a very good mental health, so it's not affect a lot to our brain, and we can continue to live. I think so.
Yeah, of course, but as you said, yeah, having healthy lifestyle is really important. So how you look after your mental health, especially when you're young, because we need to look after our mental health as well as our physical health. So we have physical and mental health. But most of people think that it's okay. So just we can take care and we can, for example, be careful. So we can maintain our physical and we don't pay attention to our mental health. That is really important, I think.
Yeah,
So, yeah, of course, as you said, having a healthy lifestyle, even healthy eating, so like a diet, so even a diet can affect our future life. So, the next one, okay, let's talk about this one. Mindsets, your attitudes. So, headspace. And when especially something happens when you experience a trauma, like something
yeah,
really horrible. So actually, you need to actually everyone needs to get a positive actually attitude, some mindset or headspace in order to continue. Because if we don't this, we won't be able to continue, and we need to stop our life. So, tell me about, the way that, and everyone has his or her own method to actually have to gain a positive attitude, and for example, to have a positive something like headspace in order to face trauma. So, what method you have?
um let me think. Like we have to figure it out where the trauma or where the problem come from. If they come from job, come from work, from college, just leave it. Just forget about it and find a new job. Even if we don't have a high salary at the first time, but forget about it. We find a new one. If it's from families, and it's the most difficult things. Like I believe if have a problem in the family, especially with husband or wife or children, is the most difficult task, most difficult thing to solve, because you know that family is home. So if you have problem on this with me, usually I will take a rest about a week. Like I go somewhere for a long, just
Yeah,
myself, and see everything and spend money that I earn, and yeah, get relaxed. After that, I come home.
of course, yeah, I do agree with you. Sometimes, we need to actually remember ourselves, like, who we are, why we're living. So, as you said, sometimes we need to take ourselves for ourselves. So, I need to take myself to myself. Just,
Yeah,
alone, not to talk to anyone. Just, if, as you said, spending money is really important, of course, it's really good factor. But if you have, this one is really important. Yeah. Well, and tell me about insulting behavior. So, what actually can be considered as abusive or insulting behavior in your country, like offensive one?
mm, like right now in Canada, some people down there are have a hate speech. Can you say hate speech? Like they say something racist, they say something that is not suitable or does not make another people feel comfortable. And yeah, it's become insulting behavior. And maybe you can we can talk something that was not, so you could talk something that even you think that was normal, but with with another people is, it was not, like it was not be very normal. They have something we have some problem with them, so I can say that is assaulting behavior too.
Yeah, of course. So, you know that actually in different countries, sometimes we consider something as abusive, or, for example, rude or offensive behavior or word in one country, one culture, but it's really different in another country or culture. So actually, it's really, so tell me about your maybe something that you experienced when you immigrated to another place, when you moved to another place, a new one. So of course, something that you find maybe rude in your country, but it was really normal in a new place, new location.
Oh, like when when we go to school and when we supply something in Vietnam, it was teacher we should give in both hand.
Really?
But in here, I see a lot of people give just one hand, and it still be normal. So I get confused. So why they do that?
It's
It's
really
an example.
it's really cute, but that's really good actually. It's a deep culture. So you use
Yeah,
both hands to give something. You respect, actually you show your respect. But it's really, yeah. If we do this, I don't know, it's something like people maybe misunderstand it, or people get confused if we do this because we
yeah.
normally, yeah.
A lot of people get confused, and he said me, Why you give me both hand and not old people?" So
Of course, yeah, no, culture shocks. Yeah, you
yeah,
will experience more and more. So, but the first step, of course, this one, yeah, really different. Well, and faith, so trust, honesty. So, great trust or confidence is something or someone. It's important to have faith in our talent in order to succeed in life. What do you think? Yeah, of course. Like we need to have faith, great trust in our talent. So, what do you think? Do you agree with this?
yeah. Like I say before, if you have any problem in the world, just keep faith. Keep faith that you will have something better in the future. To
Yeah,
have to have a promote, to have something that push you up.
yeah,
So faith is something really important right now.
yeah, of course. And if I want to actually put this word in a good category with all the words, I say trust, optimism, that is
Yeah,
really important, hopefulness, that is really important, and confidence. So trust, optimism, hopefulness, and confidence, all of them actually are included in the same category. That means we need to, maybe they are the keys to success. So of
yeah,
course I do agree. Well, and do you agree that there is light at the end of the tunnel and you can see? So like, if you pass, if you be persistent, so of course, sometimes you feel like that you can, sometimes you need to stop, sometimes you can't continue, but after a long period, I don't know, of negative bad things, something, I don't know, brilliant, something great will happen. Do you agree?
yeah. Like yeah, I think so because after the bad thing, we try hard, we do everything we can. I think that God will not disappoint us. Like
Yeah,
they will give the road to go, they give the opportunity, or will give it a chance to
yeah,
do something. So I don't think that God will stop everything, let
yeah.
it die slowly. No, I don't think so. I think He will
Yeah.
do something to us.
Actually, we need to. uh, wait to see that. Exactly at the moment that you get frustrated and you don't want to continue because you think that everything is over and you can't. Sometimes, I don't know, you study, you can't. You
Yeah.
work, you can't. And at the moment, the point you decide to stop, you say, okay, I can't. Actually, after that moment, you will see the light. The improvement of the situation. That is okay. So everything now is over. And now, for example, I can see the improvement. So yeah, actually, this is really good. And as you can see, business has been bad recently, but I think we're beginning to see the light at the end of tunnel, the light
Yeah.
at the end of darkness, of course. Well, that is so. It means especially for you because you are experiencing something really different. Maybe in the future, you will become frustrated, tired, exhausted, and you say, okay, it's different. Sometimes you feel like that, okay, I don't want. But this is actually the thing that you need. At the end of this tunnel, at the end of this darkness, is a really beautiful place to see. It's a great, brilliant light. So just wait. Well, this one is really
Yeah.
good. I liked it. Well, okay. So let's see. What is that? What do you think about the title of the movie? So do you know? James
Yeah.
Carrey. Jim Carrey, yes, man. So, what do you think about it? Let me see if we have. I am trying to find it to watch together. Just one moment. If. Yes, I think. Well, we have a good thing to watch together. So I think this one is really good. Let's watch a video. Okay.
Okay.
People talk about the regrets, the past regrets. So let's watch and then we talk about it. Well, just one moment to share.
My biggest regret was not going through with a sexual assault trial against my grandfather.
What is the worst thing you've ever done?
What are you most
What
proud
is
of?
the worst thing you've ever done?
What is the worst thing you've ever done?
What is your deepest regret?
I regret not going after the girl I've been in love with for the past 5 years.
She eventually started having feelings for me, but I never believed I was good enough for her. Now she's getting married, and it feels like I missed out on the best thing in the world.
When my step-grandfather was diagnosed with severe dementia, I avoided contact with him at first because he wasn't the man I knew anymore. 3 years after he was diagnosed, he died. I never told him I loved him, and only after he passed did I think about how scared and alone he must have felt.
Having an abortion at 16 years old. It's so hard. I can't say what I would have done in that situation, you know? I can't judge.
I mean, at 16 years old, I was, even now, I'm 10 years old, I'm about to be 25, and I still don't think I'd be ready to have a kid right now, but I've never been put in a position to have to decide, do I keep it or, do I abort it?
My ex called me ugly so many times that I eventually got plastic surgery. It's funny how we let people have that kind of control over us. And a lot of times it's hard to define why a single person has that kind of influence over our lives when maybe 100 others do not. I do think that there is light at the end of that dark emotional tunnel.
Like I hope they're in a more positive headspace regarding their body and image now.
Abandoning my 3-month-old son and his mother because I was unable to accept myself and my demons.
I was deathly afraid of recreating the physically and emotionally abusive environment I was raised in. It's been 19 months and I miss him every day. Wow, I relate to this one because a lot of times I don't trust myself.
But you could tell that guy has a heart. He misses his son every day. That's all he needs, I think, is that heart and carry it into his relationship.
I wish this person unconditional love for themselves, to have faith in themselves. Yeah.
Well, people have different regrets. Some maybe not really serious, and you find them okay. It's not really important. So why do you need to regret about it? Some of them, like I don't know. So tell me, which one do you sympathize with most? So which one, according to the video we just watched, which regret do you sympathize with the most?
I can see that there is a boy, there is a man say that he was said ugly by his ex-girlfriend because he have a surgery, right? And
Yeah, he did. Yeah.
I don't know why. I don't know why she say like that. Like, um, after he had a surgery, girlfriend of his family will be something that he can base on, like get rid of the the surgery, the mental health after the surgery. But his girlfriend say that I don't know what kind of his girlfriend is it.
No, the problem is being maybe uncultural, not about people's, I don't know, something like opinions or what they say. If they judge you, if they talk about, for example, you, if they ask you to change, but it's about how they control you. So when you are under control, someone or something, situation, of course, so it can change you. So okay, you're affected by your girlfriend and you say, okay, you are ugly, so you need to change yourself, you need to change your face, and you do it because you are in love with that person. And after that,
Yes.
yeah, of course, it's really. So the first problem, being affected and under control by all the people, is not really good. And about number two, every regret has something to do with other people beside ourselves. Based on the video you just watched, do you think such statement is true?
I think I think that a reality is everybody have regret, especially is with their family. I see most of them come from family, like his friend died, his father, mother, and a lot of things like this. I see a couple of them are from love, a couple of them from one of them are from abortions, and I don't see anything from themselves.
Yeah,
Like I haven't heard anything that them to have regret something in the past. Like yeah, I don't know, I missed some or not, but I don't hear anything like that.
yeah.
So I think that I think that the regret usually come from another people make that feel sad because after we decide to do anything, we should have a briefly thinking about that.
Yeah, about the consequences and about what we do, of course. Yeah. Tell me, about the last time that you did something with a heavy heart. That, so when we say heavy heart, like, for example, you felt really bad, or for example, I don't know, feeling of unhappiness. So do you remember, it can be, for example, saying goodbye to someone. So
Yeah.
you did something with a heavy heart. You can say, I haven't experienced something like this, that is a feeling, a deep feeling of unhappiness. So do you remember?
I think it's a time that I say goodbye with all of my friends. Yeah.
Yeah,
Uh, in my neighborhood, there's a group of friends we have played together like about 17 years, and actually, we have a lot of memory, a lot of feeling. We have a lot of thing together, motion together. And when I decide to go abroad for learning, I say goodbye to them, and they they like, oh, I was okay. They say to me that they was okay, and they have nothing. You have nothing to worry about. We are okay too. So,
yeah,
but I think that they say that does not mean that they was okay. Like they just say
yeah,
that for me, for to me, so I could be pleasing to go. I could be peaceful to go. Yeah, but actually they don't. And when I heard that one of them are going to Hanoi, like very far from the place I live, and I think that this is the end. This is the end of the journey of the childhood journey we together. Right now we are growing up, so yeah, I don't know how to say.
yeah, of course. I know exactly, what you say, and actually what you want to say, actually. Yeah. It's like sometimes, you know, let's talk about, when we talk about regrets, especially, something that we sometimes, actually, the role of people is really important. What makes us, I don't know, feel embarrassed, or what makes us maybe regret, or I don't know, feel disappointed. Like, sometimes people make it to us, so like, you do something, of course it's something from actually your heart, something that you feel like, okay, I did something and I'm not happy with it, so I regret about it, but I wish I hadn't. Okay. But actually, sometimes people make it. Do you agree that people have important role to actually make the others regret, or for example, feel disappointed?
What- I actually don't understand your questions.
So, for example, uh, you do something that is not really maybe knowing, or okay, just you did something wrong in the past and you don't
Yeah,
think about it. Now,
yeah,
I'm your friend. I keep talking about what you did again and again.
yeah,
So it's like, you did this. That was awful. You destroyed, for example, I don't know, ruin everything. So I push you. I put you on the pressure, like, you feel like, oh, I did something awful, and you regret.
yeah.
Why? So do you think people have, actually, I'm in this. Do you think people can have important role on
So
making you feel bad?
like I was separated into two kind of people in here. First one is a good friend. Like they want to show you what you done is awful. What you done, we need to change right now. And this is a good. We need to see that as experience and get rid of that in the future. But another friend is the kind of people that make you sad to eliminate you, to kill the inside. Like they're jealous that you have talent, you have something that they don't have. So they try to make you boring, sad, and it will limit your abilities. And yeah, I think so. So uh people with some people they like introvert people.
Yeah.
Any talk, any word of another people can have an inside effect to them.
Yeah.
So I think people had very important role
Yeah.
in making good or bad emotion from to another people. I think so.
As you said, so as I realized, and according to your speech, so it depends on the person who criticizes you. So
Yeah,
if your best friend, of course, you know that actually they try to make everything better, avoid you doing the same thing again. So, but if it comes to judgmental people, because we have judgmental people, that is actually, if I want to actually explain it like the opposite to open people that accept everyone's behavior. So actually they can affect you and your behavior. So we have criticize here, and we have judgmental people. People who easily judge, the other without thinking about, for example, the reason, without having actually idea that why something happened. Well, actually, let's keep going with the next one. I want to ask another question, but let's talk about two good structures, useful structures that you can use when talking about your regrets. The first one, that you use wish and past participle. I wish I had, or I
yeah,
hadn't. So that I wish, for example, I had talked to my parents before leaving my country. And
yeah.
another one, should have plus past participle. I shouldn't have done this, but I did, unfortunately. So I regret about it. So we have wish, had or hadn't, and past participle. Okay, and we have should. So both of them can be used to talk about regrets into good structures that you can use. Well, okay, so this one is really good. Really, why does the feeling of regret last so long? I think it doesn't. It depends on the person.
I think this depend on person and depend on what situation like that. Like if they read something was too big, like they have a lot of a lot of memory, a lot of past with them. Yeah, the regret will large and they will regret very, very much after time and time. Maybe they can never forget about it. They just try to forget and do another thing to make it blur, but actually they can never forget it.
Yeah.
And the second kind is a person who can get rid of it very easy. Like I don't care. I have done it. Right now I regret it changed nothing. So what is the reason why I should regret? So they just continue to live and see that an example. I think so.
Yeah, of course, of course. Well, I write something in the word and you complete it. If I could do it over again, this is a really common phrase that you can use when talking about
Yeah.
I would or wouldn't do. Okay, you say, if I do it over again, I wouldn't do. So what? Something about past, and you think that if you had a chance.
Yeah.
So what?
If if I do it over again, I wouldn't be lazy in learning.
It's not a really important regret. Of course, people change. But that was good. That was really good. Well, so and what else?
uh, if I do it over again, I would, I don't know. I haven't ever been regret for anything because I see it really be carefully before I do anything.
Yeah. Yeah, of course. Well, but you can use it. So when talking about regret, so it's a good one. So of course, wish and should have, so all of it, but this one again. So when you're talking about something that you did or didn't in the past and you really wanted to have a chance to maybe, I don't know, to fix it, but to make it up, to do it, but of course you don't. So you can use, if I could do it over again, I would or wouldn't. So it depends how. So normally we say I wouldn't. Of course, sometimes we have some words. Let me say really important. So just let me write. You may hear this. Of course, I'm not sure. Maybe you hear in Canada or no, just, it's different, but woulda, coulda, shoulda. You know that all of us have a lot of woulda, coulda, shoulda. So what they are? Everything that we maybe did or didn't. And we normally say, for example, I don't want to have woulda, coulda, shoulda. It's like, everything that I would, everything that I could, everything that I should. So that's really good, and you can use it because we normally use it. Okay.
Yeah,
Well, yeah. For example, I don't know, a situation with negative outcome, so you can use it. Okay.
yeah.
Well, okay. Just let me write it here. You may hear it a lot. Woulda, coulda,
Coulda,
shoulda.
coulda,
Yeah, of course. Woulda,
shoulda.
coulda, shoulda. Yeah, of course. Yeah, that's really, we use it. And okay, actually, this one makes our life really difficult. You know why? It's like, just we have something that, to think about. I would, I could, I should. But without them, life will be really better.
Yeah,
Well, just here, I want to ask another question. Just before it, let me talk about something that, because we talked about dementia. So you need to know that actually the disease, I'm going to talk about Alzheimer and dementia. They're
yeah,
different because most people actually, I don't know, mix up these two, but they're different, totally different. So we can say that Alzheimer, this disease, is a specific type of dementia. So if you want to
yeah,
know, but that is totally different. They are not the same. So if you hear somewhere, if you want to use, please avoid using Alzheimer as dementia, because Alzheimer is definitely different from dementia. Okay.
yeah.
Well, okay. And the next question. Well, how do regrets? Okay, no, this one, no. Okay, how to avoid regret? Yeah, do you think there are any ways to avoid regrets?
I think we can only prevent regret from like personal regret, like what we done, what we do is affect. So we shouldn't regret about that. Like we only avoid regret from ourselves. What we do, we cannot prevent regret from other people. Like when your family member gone, you cannot prevent it. You
Yeah,
just you just regret, or
of course.
I don't know.
Yeah, of course, you're right. Let me change your answer a bit. So you mean that everything that happens in our lives, so
Yeah,
everything, it can be good or bad, all of them are experiences. Don't take them really serious. Of course they are serious, but we need to
yeah,
pass.
yeah,
It's like, yeah, of course, I can do something really wrong, negative, awful. the worst thing that is awful. But it's okay. It was a part of my life. And now it's done, it's gone, it's over. Okay, so if we think, because making careful decisions, we can't. Of course, yeah, we can be really careful. I don't know, something like we can make careful decisions, so it's okay, but it's not possible to do it every time, whole life.
Yeah.
Just, as you said, so you can say that, try to maybe take everything easier than it is. Of course, everything is difficult. Life is difficult. So it's better to
Yeah.
take everything easier than it is. Then you can keep going. Well, because, carefully examine the consequences. They are methods. They are methods, and methods don't work in real life. So it's definitely different. Well, so let's see what we have. Oh, wow. God, this one is really good one. Do you think that regret is the foundation of time travel related films? Oh. So tell me, have you ever seen any time travel related film?
Yeah. Back
Of
to
course.
Future.
What?
Back to Future, you know that? You know that film?
Yeah, Back to Future.
Yeah.
What is that? No, I'm not sure about it.
This is a film like but I don't see it as a regret. Part of them is regret, but not all of it. Like I don't see a really regret. So I
Yeah,
just see it at they want to have an adventure, but some of them they have regret something, and they back to the past to change it. Yeah, I see that.
yeah. But actually, if I want to, because we talked about movies, and I think the best example for regrets is the movie Interstellar.
Oh
So
yeah,
yeah, definitely yes. And you can feel by your whole body, that how this guy, how this person regrets for what he didn't or he did.
yeah.
He left. I think this one, Interstellar, is perfect movie
Yeah,
that we can actually, yeah.
it's still like
Well,
good.
yeah. So have you watched it before?
Yeah, I watched it about 7
Yeah,
times.
of course. So now tell me, okay, now you have enough time to, I don't know, follow your something like hobbies, you do something for yourself, or no, you're too busy to do some fun activities. So for example, I don't know, watching, going to concert, doing something. Do you have time to do it?
Mm, yeah, I will. My sometimes if in my school it will be a concert or something important or something fun, I will manage my time to do that.
Yeah, so you go and you enjoy.
Yeah,
Wow,
because
of course. Well, okay, let's see what else. Okay, we talked about this topic in detail, and okay, so this one is over. But so just, do you have any questions, any issues, something that you want to ask me about this one, this part? I don't know.
no, I don't.
Yeah, of course. Well, and just let me check everything to see if we, okay. Wow. So. Okay, let me ask you another question. It's related, but it's not from your book. Okay. I want to ask you about your best friend. So you have a best friend, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, so one best friend?
No, I got about a team like
Yeah,
7 people. We
yeah,
play each other for a long time ago.
yeah, okay. So suppose one of them, maybe the closest one to you, okay, I don't know, did something really wrong, so that you say everything, even committing a crime, even. So I'm actually, I want to talk about the higher, maybe level of it. Tell me about if your closest friend, okay, did something really wrong, and there was nothing to do with it, but he shared with you. what your reaction would be. So you would leave him just, because you wouldn't do anything and it would be dangerous for you. It would be actually either risky for you, or
Yeah.
you would, I don't know, support him or her. So what would you do?
To be honest, with in that situation, of course, he's my best friend. So if you share with me, I will talk that you should give up. You shouldn't do that. You should you should go to the police and say I did that. Like, I don't know how to say that word. Like, admit to do that. You should do that. Like, you in peace. You don't have to hide in yourself. I will say that. But if you don't do that, it's in a hard situation. Like, I I'm not I'm not the kind of person that betrayed my friends, but I'm not a person who against the law. So in that in that situation, if he ask me if he need my help to do something, but in my limitations, I I will help him. I will help him. But if over that, no, I will
Yeah,
regret it.
yeah, of course. Well,
But but I don't
but
think but I
but
don't think my friend will ask me to do something that out my limitations.
yeah, of course. Well, it's like just the first thing I want to add two things here. First of all, the word, yeah, you can say admit, and it was correct that you can use, but we have another word that can be used, and that is confess. Oh, I'm typing. So confess, especially when committing a crime, you can use it. For example, admit that, I don't know, someone has committed a crime. So we
Yeah,
can use this verb, okay? And the next one, actually, I asked you this question to ask you to use second conditional. Don't forget, that is really important. Of course, it's really normal. And now you leave and actually speak English speaking country, and you see that everyone, especially on the street, they make grammatical mistakes. That is really normal. But you are learning and you need to pay attention because you are
yeah,
not native. So that's really important. So pay attention to the tense and the structure that you're using. We
yeah,
talk about something imaginary, so we need to use would. We can't use will.
yeah,
So just this, but totally, that was really good. And that's it. The last point of this session. Okay, so don't forget about the next session.
yeah. Oh yes,
Yeah, I was like, okay, you forget. Okay, so don't forget about it and just enjoy your time. Best
yeah,
time, and never happens again. Just use it, enjoy it, and have a great time. Thank you, and see you.
yeah. Have a great weekend. See you again.
Thank you. Goodbye. Bye.
Goodbye.